Without change, something sleeps inside us. The sleeper must awaken.
Welcome back to another We Ourselves video. And today I just want to talk about something that I found interesting while I was doing research and preparing to do my final video on the Skeleton Crew TV show. When I'm working on my scripts and I'm looking up movies or TV shows, a lot of times I will use Google as my first, search engine, so sue me. But I'll use Google to look up the cast and make sure I have their names spelled right, make sure I know their character names, their real names. And so I do this all the time. But I found over the years that there's a certain problem with Google in the results that it returns. And so I'm already complaining in this video about Skeleton Crew how the main child actor and his father, the child actor is biracial and his father is black, I think he's of African descent, how they were sidelined and in the show, and I'm complaining about it. So when I go to look up one of the characters' names to make sure I'm spelling it right, I type in the Skeleton Crew cast into Google search and the search results come up. And this is what I got, And I just have to ask you, what is wrong with this picture? I saw it immediately because, as I said, I was talking about one of the main kids, Wim, and how he was set up in the show to be the protagonist. He's the first kid you see. You learn about his life. You see his hopes and his dreams. You learn that he's a latchkey kid because his dad is working overtime. And the actor who plays his dad is at the end, is on the far right here. He's listed next to Jaleel White. And then the last shot that you see in the show, in the series, the season, is Wim. So he's clearly meant to be the protagonist, but yet his shine is taken by one of the other kids who I feel like was inserted into the show or elevated at the bequest of Lucasfilm and not the showrunner, John Watts. But that's for my other video. My point is, when I looked up Skeleton Crew cast, as you see in the search engine, this is what I get. And what's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with the picture is you don't have the main kid on the first row. He's relegated to the second row with second tier or second string actors some of which I didn't even know was in the show. And you literally have to click on the more button and there you have him down here, Ravi Cabot-Conyers. He is relegated to the second row. He's not up here with the other kid actors. Here's the actress who played, her name's Ryan, she played Fern. Here's the KB actress, and here's the kid who played Neil. But they put Fern's mother right there in the fourth position. I'm not arguing with Jude Law being listed first, although personally I think the kid should have been listed first. But Jude Law, okay, fine. Why isn't Wim right here, or why isn't he right here next to Jude Law? He is the protagonist kid. He's the main kid. That's the kid that we focus on. We get his life story, is his journey. But yet they relegated this biracial kid to the second line, and you don't even see him unless you click the more button. And it's like, to me, it just says volumes about how they treat Black Americans and biracial Americans, particularly if outwardly you can see that they are part Black, okay? That's a whole nother discussion. But I just found it entirely interesting that here I am doing a review on the show and complaining about them sidelining Ravi when he was clearly meant by John Watts to be the protagonist, the main kid, because it's his journey in the show, but it got sidelined. Here I am doing my video about that, and I go to look up the characters, and he's not even listed with the rest of the child actors. He's relegated to the second row. How does he feel if he happened to type in Skeleton Crew, or somebody who knows him types in Skeleton Crew cast, this comes up, and it's like, where is he? It's like, some people might not think it's a big deal, but why would you not list him with the rest of the child actors? Why would you put him under the more button? It just really said to me what we deal with in America. It's the constant undervaluing, underestimating, and marginalizing of Black Americans, and by extension, biracial Americans, particularly if their outward appearance shows their Blackness. And so, like I said, just in a nutshell, it just really hit me, and I just had to say something about it, because this isn't the first time this has happened with Google. I use Google search engine as my default, and I've always looked up crews and casts for movies and TV shows. And if it's a mixed cast, more times out of not, the black actresses fare better, but the black actors are relegated to the second tier. They're not listed at the top of the search results when you type in the cast and crew. Now, Google may have made some changes with some of the past ones, but I've noticed it over the years, and I've always made a comment about it to my friends, and yet here we go again. You go to look up Skeleton Crew, and you don't even see the main kid unless you click the damn show more button. He should be up here in the pole position, up here with the rest of his cast, not relegated down here. And to me, that just says it all. Yes, they have Jaleel White. Yes, they have the guy who played his father, but he should be here. He should be in the top 5, the first 5 listed, because they are the main cast. So I just thought I'd just come and I just, comment about this, because I just find it really odd that Google consistently does this. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. It's like it's razor sharp bigotry woven into what they'll claim is just the algorithm. Why? Why would the algorithm place one of the main kids on the second tier and not place them with the rest of them? But that's what happens. And so many people that aren't black, they always want to downplay these things, or they always want to say that it's not important, but it is, because it's cumulative. It's like I said, it's 1,000 cuts. You get nicked over and over and over again. And it's really pernicious because you're just minding your own damn business, and then you run into something like this. Unbelievable. But that's what I'm saying. And that's what normally gets us, because we're going about our day. We, more than anybody else, want America to be a meritocracy and to be a fair place. And so we're minding our own damn business, and then boom, every time it happens, it actually surprises us. When we think about it later, we're not surprised. It's just that when it hits home, it's like I said, it's like 1,000 cuts. Sometimes you're cut and you don't even realize it until you're halfway down the road and you realize you're bleeding. It's like it's razor sharp in some cases, but now it's just more and more blatant and obvious. And Google research results have had this problem, particularly with black or biracial male actors. Like I said, the women will get a better showing than the men. But I think this is unacceptable when the main star, child star, isn't even listed with the rest of his fellow actors and actresses. It just confirmed what I was saying about the show, because he is also sidelined within the show itself. That video will come out where I talk about my final feelings on the show and how both his character and his father's character was sidelined. And I feel like it was not John Watt's original idea to do that. I think it was a mandate from Lucasfilm that they play up the Fern character and destroy any kind of real character growth and transformation for the Wim character. Before I end this video, I just want to do a quick update. I went back to Google and I did search results again because I wanted to get an updated screenshot. And this is what I found. In between the time of my last screenshot and the current screenshot, Ravi has been moved further back in the lineup. They've added 4 more actresses, pushing him even further back along the list of actors. Now, the first 7, including Jaleel White, they haven't changed at all, but they added 4 more actresses between him and the top row, as if they were more important than this character, who this kid was one of the main kids. And when I saw this, I had to show my friend, because I asked him, I said, is this a joke? I mean, look at this. They pushed him even further back. Again, it's just proving my point. And just to be safe, I went to a different browser, looked up the same results on Google search, and it came up exactly the same. So again, this is what they're doing. Either a person did this or their algorithm did this. But it makes no sense that you're putting other people, other stars ahead of the kid who was the main kid actor in this show. You can't make this stuff up, people. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say today. As always, like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you in the next video.